Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lara and today we're going to do another pick a card reading, and this time we're asking about July 2025. Before we begin, I want to give massive shout outs to everyone who's subscribed. Thank you for allowing us to reach 10,000 subscribers. Let's aim for 20,000 by the end of the summer. That's kind of ambitious because it's taken me years to get 10,000, but how funny would that be? Anyways, I hope you all are doing good. I hope that the beginning half of 2025 served you well. I just posted another pick a card reading that will help give you insights into the next 6 months ahead. I also want to remind you that I have a second channel called Spirit Psychic Tarot, where I have already posted the July tarot readings for all 12 zodiac signs. So you can go to that channel and get some insights into your month ahead for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs if you want a really detailed overview of what July has in store for you. I also do weekly readings there, quarterly readings, which I should be posting this weekend, and other things like that. So go check that out. Anyways, take a look at all three groups on screen and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. This is one of those readings where you may feel drawn to multiple or even all of the groups, and that's totally fine. So we have group number 1 with the Amethyst. We have group number 2 with the Tiger Jasper. And we have group number 3 with the Lapis Lazuli. So listen to your intuition when it tells you which group you should be selecting, and just go along with that. Take whatever resonates from this reading, leave anything that doesn't. Keep in mind, this is a group reading, so there's other people watching. If something doesn't resonate, it's a message for someone else. It's not for you. Sometimes with these readings, it can feel totally personal, like a one-on-one reading where everything resonates. Other times, it can mostly resonate. Maybe there's a few things that aren't for you. And sometimes it just totally doesn't resonate, and that's fine. That just means that you need to go back and select another pile, or there's just nothing here for you in this video today. So once you've selected your group, you can skip ahead using the timestamps, or you can watch through. Let's begin. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. You selected the Amethyst stone, and the Amethyst is all about psychic and spiritual protection. So moving into July, this could be a very spiritual, awakening sort of month for you, where you're feeling really connected to the unseen realms, the energy realms, paranormal activity, psychic dreams, really, really deep and sometimes lucid dreams that can be really, really healing. So pay attention to what happens when you're sleeping and how you feel waking up. Sometimes we have dreams that just heal us. Sometimes we have dreams that are real spiritual, like spirit visitation dreams. There's something here about dreaming, which makes a lot of sense. We're in Cancer season for like the first 3 weeks of July. Cancer is a very psychic sign. I'm a Cancer. Hi. So yeah, we have purity coming out. It definitely feels like your intentions are very pure. When I flipped this card over, I saw friendship, a really pure friendship. There's a friendship that is emerging for you currently that's really going to deepen. Now, sometimes in life, we have lifelong friends who we went to school with, high school, all that jazz. And people don't really talk that much about friends that we meet as adults. And we're just really there for each other and helping guide each other through adulthood. And that's a sort of friendship that I'm seeing emerging for you, group number 1. And I know the purity card, literally, there's no indication of friendship here, but this is just coming through intuitively. I'm very intuitive. And I do feel like a friendship that you met in adulthood is really going to take off in July and become something really special. There is purity of intention here. There is it's just two people helping each other out, supporting each other. It's very, very beautiful, and it makes life so much easier to have a friend like this. We have the Frog and Lotus with Metamorphosis. Okay, so there is a lot of inner and outer transformation that will be taking place for you in July. It definitely feels like you are changing. You are growing through the mud and towards the sunlight. So everything in your life right now, it might not be perfect, and that's fine. You may be in the stage where you are that tadpole turning into the frog, which is messy and weird and crazy. You may be the lotus still underwater, growing through the mud towards the light. And that's fine. That's beautiful. I really feel like July is going to have a lot of transformation for you. A lot of things are changing very, very rapidly. Wow. Life is moving quickly. We have patience coming through as well. Yeah, be patient with yourself and others as you move through these big life changes. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. So one of your biggest lessons for the past several months, group number 1, is to let other people and situations be what they are trying to be or what they want to be. Let other people be addicts. Let other people make bad choices. Let other people live a sloppy lifestyle. Stop trying to change them, push them, force them. Let go, allow. And what you're going to do instead is live your best life. And that is ironically the biggest motivating factor for change anyways. When you stop trying to get someone to see your point of view and make a change that will make everything better, and instead you let it go and you're like, okay, yeah. You want to be on drugs? Be on drugs. You want to choose unhealthy lifestyle? Choose unhealthy lifestyle. You want to stay in that toxic relationship? Stay in that toxic relationship. You don't want to get over your ex? Don't get over your ex. And what you're going to do instead is you're going to live your best, healthiest, happiest, most peaceful and prosperous life. You're going to glow. You're going to focus on your goals, your health, your wellness, your well-being. And you're no longer going to be afflicted. Be afflicted by what other people are doing, the bad choices they're making. And what's going to happen here is that may actually trigger change in someone. And they may look at you not caring anymore, not trying to force them to do anything anymore. And you're just like, you know what? Have fun with that. You have fun with that, dear. Okay? You go through that karmic lesson. You move through that trauma that you're inflicting on yourself. You do that. If that's what you want to do, you have every right. You're a human just like everyone else. And all humans have free will. If you're using your free will to manifest hardship, then by all means, be my guest. I tried telling you. That's fine. I'm going to be over here, though, sitting by the pool with my little beverage. Or I'm going to be over here, though, going to the gym, looking all fierce. I'm going to be over here, though, enjoying beautiful, healthy new friendships. And what are you doing? You're left out in the cold with the consequences of your own actions. When you want to meet me poolside or at the gym or whatever, be my guest. I'm not going to force it anymore. I'm not going to chase it anymore. And you know what? That may actually trigger people the most. When you stop caring. It's not that you stopped caring, though. It's that you stopped trying to push for a certain outcome from other people who are using their free will to stay in a certain problem. And so that's the wisdom of the patience card. When you try over and over and over again, every which way to change a problem and it's just not changing, all right, I'm just going to let that problem be then. I'm just going to let that simmer. And the universe can figure that one out on their own. Karma can turn the wheel on that one. I'm out. We have trust with the white-tailed deer. Am I honoring my knowing? Yeah. See, I feel like anybody who has the deer spirit as like a totem animal or spirit guide, very pure intentions, extremely kind and good people who may at times, especially if it's doe, may at times be taken advantage of for their kindness, their love, their emotional availability. You give a lot of space and grace for people. And with the white-tailed deer, the metamorphosis I'm seeing within you is an empowered one. You're stepping into your queen or king energies, where you're honoring what you know to be true. And it's like the things in your life that you know aren't good, or people choosing negatively, you are honoring what your intuition is saying, and you're not enabling or giving into that anymore. You're trusting yourself and you're acting accordingly. We have the full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. Group number 1, something crazy is about to happen in July. Expect things to not be subtle. Okay, now I need to get more clarification on this because what the heck? What's happening? What is this fiery climax? So we're going to pull some tarot cards to just really get a full image of what July looks like for you. And I never know how many cards I'm going to pick. It's always in group number 1 that I kind of just intuitively see what wants to come out. So I guess we're doing this. All right. Cool. So you have the 7 of coins in reverse. This really resonates with this message of if you've tried forever to shift a problem and it's just not changing, the best thing you can do is embrace that and let the problem be. Because what I'm seeing here is you put a lot of time, energy, effort, and attention towards a relationship or a situation that just, no matter what you were doing, no matter how you described it, no matter how many times you had to explain things, they just weren't changing. You know, there was a problem that persisted that just wasn't changing. And you got to a point where it's like, should I just cut my losses and leave? Because this is too much now. This is too much now. And I'm seeing heading into July, you may have already made that choice. So like probably end of August, you made the choice to no longer really give something your all if it's choosing to not really develop. And this is especially true if it involves someone else, because, you know, this isn't saying like give up on your dreams. You know, if you're working towards a certain dream or goal, keep going. You're going to run into walls all the time, challenges all the time, and those challenges are there to help you grow. But when it comes to someone else's free will, you can't just overcome challenges if they're not wanting to overcome challenges. And so I am seeing moving into July, you may be releasing your need to sort of control other people or push other people and just letting them be. We have the 3 of coins in reverse. Yeah, because the thing was, you may have felt very underappreciated, or it was getting to a point where you were being treated with disrespect, or like, you're not acknowledging how much I give into this. Now, this could even be with a job for some of you, where it's like you gave so much work, tried everything you can to get that raise, that promotion. It's just not happening. And you're feeling left unappreciated. That's your sign to leave. That's your sign to look elsewhere. And stop caring, stop trying, stop forcing it. And I'm telling you, the funniest thing is going to happen. Like, usually when that happens, they will psychically feel the withdrawal of you trying to change the situation. They will psychically pick up on you diverting your focus into a new direction, whether that be you're suddenly looking for other jobs. I'm telling you, this happens all the time. I know somebody who, they worked this job for like a year and a half, and they were being paid a lot less than they were from their previous job. They took a massive pay cut to do a career change, and they learned so much about this new job, like more than most of the people who actively worked there for years. They learned many different tools for this job, right? They never got a raise for that. Like, every time they learned a new tool, this is hard to describe without like actually saying what their job is. They never got a raise for like a year and a half, and the annual raise, it wasn't even a raise. It didn't even match inflation, right? So what had happened was this person started looking at jobs in other companies and talking around at that company and like asking to be put into a different department, because their manager just, it didn't matter how hard they worked, it didn't matter how many new tools and machines they learned, their manager refused to give them a pay raise or any sort of acknowledgement, right? So they shifted their focus, and their manager felt that immediately on a psychic, energetic level. And suddenly they noticed their manager started treating them so differently. Suddenly their manager's complimenting them a lot and kind of approaching them from the space of like, please don't leave. Like, I really appreciate all of the work you're putting in. You're doing so great. So their manager went from being cold and like hard and mean to really warm and like trying to butter them up, you know? And this person, they did not give any indication to their manager that they were looking at other jobs and other things. Like, they just energetically felt that shift, right? So what had happened was they actually got a different job at the same company in a different department, where they're making substantially thousands and thousands of dollars more a year than they were in their current position. And now their manager's very remorseful and like, oh man, I just wish you could stay. But the funny thing is their manager tried to offer them a raise, like literally as they're getting this new position, and they're like, hey, so just so you know, like, I hired someone new and they're starting at a higher salary than you make, so I just want to give you more money to match that person. It's like, are you serious? What a slap in the face. So no, he got the new position and he's making way more money now. So you see how that works out. The reason why I told you that story is because people really do psychically pick up on when you're like done trying to change a problem and trying to, you know, get them to see things from your perspective, like choose me. You've been in that sort of pick me energy, not gonna lie, group number 1, right? It's fine. And like trying to push and have people see your worth and fight for like what is right. You're over that. You're not doing that anymore. And you're accepting the situation for what it is, as heartbreaking as that may be. And you are now focusing on a new path. This person, place, or thing is going to pick up on that. And it's going to cause a fiery climax within that person, place, or thing. Now, this could be in work. This could be in love. This could be anywhere. And look at that. Speaking of love, we have the lovers. Wow. Yeah. Group number 1. Well, first off, I think this confirms what I was picking up on with a new like best friend coming in, developing strongly. And life is handing you a beautiful friendship at a time when you are sort of walking away from the people who did not appreciate you, right? And I'm seeing a big love decision being made here. Big decision being made in relationships, and you're making the decision, I'm no longer staying in relationships and environments that do not fully appreciate me anymore. I'm no longer staying in environments or with people who choose to lead an unhealthy, addictive sort of lifestyle and just, you know, laughs me off when I try to tell them how this affects our relationship, our connection, our work relationship, whatever. You're no longer trying to get people to see things from your perspective. You're like, okay, well, if you... And it's nothing personal, group number 1. It's like sometimes people need to learn the hard way. Sometimes people need to, like, experience the loss of you walking away in order to wake up to what they had. We have strength in reverse right next to that Lovers card. I think you're keeping some deeper thoughts, feelings, and opinions to yourself here. And you're just... There's an energy here of like, I've been so strong for so long. I've been emotionally processing for so long that I just want to have fun. I just want to sort of distract myself. I just want to be happy, you know? That's the vibe I'm getting. We have the Chariot in reverse. We have the 8 of Cups in reverse. So there's something here about not feeling strong enough to fully walk away. And psychically, energetically, you may be feeling someone or something's strong pull towards you. Like, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. And so what I'm seeing here, there's an element of having a hard time moving on that's coming out for you in July. Leave a comment down below. What is it that you may be having a hard time moving on from? Like emotionally. And this could be because you are constantly being reminded of this person, place, or thing. Like, let's just say, for example, you get into a breakup, a separation, but like you work with this person or you live with them or you see them every single day for whatever reason. It's like, it's going to be a little bit hard for you to move on, walk away, if that's the case. Or like you may get a new position, a raise, whatever, but you have to see that old manager like every day. And it may be tense, it may be awkward. So there's an element here of it being difficult to move on. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Devil card came out, because it's like there's a lot of temptation here to stay in the familiar past out of like emotional coping and also like just repeating the pattern that's been established. But this is what I'm saying with the white-tailed deer. You have to honor your knowing. And what that means is Honor your own boundaries. Honor your own self-worth. Stay in your queenly or kingly energy. And that is what is going to transform the situation for the better, no matter what. We have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, a new perspective, new communication coming in. Like I said, I was picking up on that friendship here. Clarity of direction. And I feel like your peace is returning. As you uphold your boundaries and you don't settle for less. We have the Two of Cups. Wow, look at that. The Lovers and the Two of Cups. Guys, this is beautiful interpersonal connection. This is a soulmate. A soulmate. Now, soulmates come in all shapes and sizes. And by that, I mean like that new best friend that we were picking up on, they can very much be a soulmate. Soulmate doesn't have to be romantic, although this could be romance for some of you. Okay. It's like, you know, perhaps you standing in your queenly or kingly energy. It really triggers people to rise up to meet you. Okay. Or it makes you a beacon that attracts the people who are supposed to be in your life, who will treat you amazingly. And so we're seeing big life decisions being made, fiery climax approaching, right? And a new direction taking place. We have the 9 of coins coming out. Beautiful. Yeah, you're just focusing on your goals, your dreams, your wealth, your wellness, your well-being, your health. And standing strong in your knowing, not settling for less than you deserve, not staying in environments that take you for granted. It's going to be difficult to walk away from that comfort zone, okay? But there's a new start here and you're walking towards something beautiful. And I actually really love that, like, this left-hand side of cards, they all sort of show the story of like putting a lot of energy into something, but being unappreciated for it. And like both of these cards represent having a hard time really breaking free from that cycle. And then we move to the center, which is the Ace of Swords. Clarity, boundaries. No, I'm no longer doing that anymore. I'm breaking that cycle and starting a new cycle. And what does that lead you to? It leads you to the Lovers, the Two of Cups, the 9 of Coins, and the Strength card in reverse. So, you know, there's still some things that you need to work through. But overall, this is like beautiful relationships and friendships, sense of community really being established in July. And it is money and feeling like I actually have enough resources to really enjoy life and get the things that I want as opposed to just what I need. And it's also your sense of self-worth. You're honoring that. You're standing by that. You're no longer taking actions that keep you in a state of being underappreciated, right? And it's going to take a lot of strength to keep choosing that. For real, because you're going to be tempted to sort of slide back into overgiving to people who are undercommitted, right? So that's going to be your biggest challenge for July, is to not slide back into overgiving for people who are undercommitting or like not honoring you and your emotions, right? So thank you so much for joining me. Definitely like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, I do offer a month ahead reading, so go ahead and get that link down below. There's other readings there as well. And I have my Shamanic Life Transformation Coaching there, which is 3 months of hour-long weekly video readings with me, plus 10 digital shamanic tools to help transform your life, plus daily email correspondence with me. And it's all centered around whatever it is that you need guidance on each week, right? So go get that. I also have my homemade intention oils there and my online tarot reading course. So check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. You guys selected the Tiger Jasper, which is a really grounding stone. It's great for physical health and like just anything physical, wellness-wise. It's just a lovely, lovely stone. So let's see what's in store for you in July. You have inner peace, so beautiful. And I love that we have the 2 koi fish here moving in the same direction. It really shows that any chaotic situations, especially in your relationships or anything like that, you are coming to peace with, you know? So there's a return to inner peace this month that feels really good, especially if things have been super all over the place, chaotic, or just unsettled. The month of July feels like a month where you are just trying to do what you need to do to keep your nervous system relaxed, okay? We have Remember with the 13-lined ground squirrel, what eternal knowing can I access in human form? So with inner peace and that deep question, you guys are definitely spiritual seekers this month. I wouldn't be surprised if any of you are doing some sort of big meditation retreat or even visiting somewhere on the planet that has like the veil is thin, like a sacred spot that a lot of rituals take place, or even like, I don't know, some sort of plant medicine adventure or something like that. There's a lot of soul searching and really crazy sort of like shamanic things about this energy, this reading. So that's really beautiful. We have the ladybug and sweet pea with happiness. Yes, happiness, inner peace. I mean, can you ask for a better reading? I mean, that's it, guys. That's all you need to know. You're going to be happy and you're going to have inner peace. It does feel very meditative though, doesn't it? And I'm getting images in my head, like even the way that you dress, it's more grounding and like flowy and I don't know, just more connected with who you are. And I believe that the clothes you wear, the way you decorate and place things in your home, they all have such a strong influence over your energy. And it's like, it really is the biggest reflection of what's going on within. And so some of you guys may be really paying attention to that relationship. And you know, that's a great way. Like if you're having a hard time just going within, period, sometimes going without really helps. It's like, okay, I don't feel like meditating, but you know what? I can tidy up my house. I can clean. That in itself is a form of meditation. You know what I mean? So like how you care for your outer world sometimes cares for your inner world and vice versa. There's a strong relationship there. And I don't know why I'm getting so deep in this reading so far. It definitely feels like a thought-provoking sort of month. I'm also getting an image in my head about movies for some reason. Thought-provoking movies. I don't know if any of you are like really into film and watching movies and talking about movies, but there's something there with that. Or maybe somebody watching is going to a movie premiere or like going to the movie theaters for the first time in a while or just doing that a lot. I don't know. There's something there about that. Or maybe even theater for some of you. Entertainments. And, you know, the later half of July is Leo season. And Leo is all about that entertainment, you know, and just having fun, being happy. So, yeah, I'm seeing you connect with a lot of happiness. We have self-sufficiency. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. So whether or not you believe in that God stuff, doesn't really matter. The message is the same. Self-sufficiency isn't pushing everyone away from you. It is trusting yourself and the universe, and that your needs will always be taken care of, and listening to the synchronicities, the intuition from within that is continuously guiding you in the right direction. That is true self-sufficiency. And so the month of July may be bringing out a lot of self-sufficiency, and circumstances in your life may be unfolding in a way that really helps you remember that you are actually quite a self-sufficient person, and you are quite peaceful. You know what I was thinking about the other day? Sometimes, like when you're in a relationship for a really long time or involved in something that's just very like all-consuming, you can kind of sometimes lose parts of yourself. You know, it's like if you're in a relationship with someone and you live with them, and it's like, for example, they don't like, I don't know, let's just say they really hate horror movies. And so you just don't watch them anymore because you don't want them to be around that. And it's like, let's just say you have a week to yourself, or you break up, whatever. And it's like, suddenly you can watch horror movies again, and you realize like, oh my God, I actually really like this. Like, I totally was out of touch with that part of myself for so long. Or something like that, you know? So yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but there could be like a reclamation of parts of you that have really been put on the back burner as a result of you being deeply interwoven in someone else or something else. And you're remembering who you are, when all of the noise and distractions of relationship drama and this and that are gone. You're remembering who you are, and you're realizing, I'm actually pretty cool. I'm actually a very peaceful individual. It was just other people's drama and chaos that was afflicting me. So I feel like there's a return to happiness and inner peace here. And you're remembering, wait a second, I had this all along. I was happy. I was peaceful all along. It was only when I overly involved myself in other people's drama, in other people's chaos, that I lost touch with that. So it's like there's a welcome home party happening this month, spiritually, energetically. You're coming home to yourself. You're remembering who you are, and who you are is actually pretty cool. We have the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Yeah. So whatever it was that was pulling you away from yourself, that's getting the boot. It's getting the boot. Conclusions are within reach. Yep. And I'm seeing that you are unenmeshing yourself. You know, I can go off on a whole tangent about that. I could write a whole academic paper on modern relationships and the ways in which overly attaching ourselves to people can sometimes cause us to lose touch with ourselves. Not in like a, I don't want to ever label anything or be in a commitment sort of way. Not in like a commitment phobic way, but like, you know, you can have a deep, fulfilling relationship or connection or something without it overly masking and overriding who you are and the things you like doing, you know? So yeah. Let's see. We have the 8 of Cups. So heading into July, you are intuitively being pulled to walk away from a situation that just could not offer you that 10 of Cups, you know, that 10 of Cups or the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups being honored for who you are fully. And 10 of Cups being happily ever after, like all of your emotional needs and wants met, longevity, you know, something or someone here was offering you something that was like, you could have made it work, you could have gotten by, but it really wasn't what you wanted, right? And so your intuition is guiding you away from that. And with this card coming out upright, I like this card upright because it's showing that you're listening to that intuition and you're not staying in a situation that really doesn't fully fulfill you. It like gives you enough to where you could make it work, you know, but it's not really what you want. And, you know, by keeping it in your life, it may actually prevent you from going out and finding that 10 of Cups, you know, like if you were to stay, for example, in a relationship with somebody, and let's just say perfect relationship, but they don't want marriage. And that's something that you really want. That's an 8 of Cups moment, because it's like, yeah, perfect relationship. All the cups are standing. However, I want my 10 of Cups. They only want 8 cups. And so you could have technically stayed in that relationship and settled, but it's like, if I do that, it's going to distract me from exploring and finding someone or something that may actually offer 10 cups, you know? And so conclusions are within reach. You know that you had to set your boundaries and walk away and move towards something a little bit more fulfilling. Now you can apply this to any area of life, whether it be love or career or anything. 2 of Cups in reverse. Oh, yeah. With the full moon eclipse and the 8 of Cups, a lot of people who selected group number 2 are getting into breakups, I see. Or even friendship breakups, family breakups, ending connections. And these connections, by the way, there's something here about codependency. For some of you, it could have been full-blown codependency, but for others of you, again, it's like you sort of lost yourself a bit in this connection. So July is all about returning home to yourself. And whether or not things work out with this person, you know, that doesn't really matter. But the point is, the month of July is all about you becoming way more self-sufficient, number one, because there's now no longer distractions, okay? Because when you were settling for something a little bit less than what you wanted but was still okay, you put a lot of time, emotions, energy into that. And now that it's like being removed, you have all of this extra space, time, energy to do things that you had to put aside because there was just too much going on in your life. So you may return back to hobbies that you've forgotten. You may really double down on your goals and see some beautiful progress. It's just stunning. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Coldness, boundaries. there is a fierce wall around your heart now. And a lot of you guys are in this perspective of, I'm never dating again. I'm never putting myself out there again. I'm never opening my heart again. You know what? Maybe that's the state of mind that you have to be in for a little bit to reclaim who you are and reclaim your peace. I got the message. This is the big one. This is the big one. Really, like, whatever happened, whatever transpired, you are firmly and fiercely emotionally unavailable to anyone else right now. Is what it feels like. You're just focusing on you. We have the Emperor in reverse. Yeah. Okay. So this kind of is telling to multiple things. Number one, you could have been connected to someone who had really poor leadership. Okay. Like, they made really bad decisions, or they just couldn't lead this connection in a positive way, or whatever's going on in a positive way. Same thing, you know, if this is work, whatever. It just, you know, wasn't organized correctly. It was kind of a mess. And that's what forced you to come out as the Ice Queen, right? Or Ice King. And that's where you're remaining at when it comes to having boundaries with that person, place, or thing. But also, another message of the Emperor in reverse, especially next to the Queen of Swords in reverse, is while you were so focused on other people's dramas and the chaos of whatever transpired, you may have really let your own goals in life and hobbies fall into disrepair or neglect. And so again, July is the month of reclaiming yourself, remembering who you are, and getting back on track. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. So, interesting message here. Spirit may be offering you a new Ace of Cups moment. Okay, Ace of Cups being like a new creative project for you to focus on, a new friendship or relationship for you to enjoy, or some sort of warm energies that are emotionally fulfilling. Now, with the Four of Cups coming out in reverse, you kind of have your back turned on that. You're kind of like, universe, I ain't doing all that. No way, Jose. We have the Seven of Coins. Yeah, you're focused on that coin. You're focused on your goals. You're focused on you. You're focused on growth. Yeah. See, I think your biggest challenge this month may actually be, I don't even know if this is a challenge. And it doesn't feel bad. Like, if you want to stay in this energy, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's like the month of July is giving, I am not opening my heart back up. No way, Jose. I am focused on me. You know, so that's like, and that's why the self-sufficiency card came out. It's like the ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. So I think your biggest challenge will be not to push away every new opportunity for like a new friend, a new social contact, a new creative project, a new idea. Don't just push everyone away from you. That is going to be your biggest challenge, because a part of you is just like emotionally recovering, and you're just like, nope, I'm focusing on me. Meh. But the universe is trying to hand you beautiful new starts in July. Okay, so I do want to just point that out. Keep your eye open for that, and keep an open mind. Like, for example, if somebody invites you to a party, you might want to say yes. You know, if you say no, it's not bad, but it's just like the universe is just saying you might want to say yes. We have the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah. There's just been a lot of stress that you've been carrying, a lot of chaos that you've been carrying, that honestly, like, these burdens weren't even yours to begin with. And so when the Ten of Wands comes out in reverse, it's like, I'm putting the burdens down. And this may actually explain why you're sort of pushing away everyone, because you've been carrying so much for so long. You just need a break. You just need a rest. You just need to go within your cave and focus on you. I get it, you know? However, again, Spirit's like, go in your cave and heal, but let people into the cave, you know? Does that make sense? We have the King of Cups. Yeah, someone is here. Someone is here, and they are emotionally available. This kind of looks like a fleshlight, doesn't it? I don't know what message that's trying to deliver, but King of Cups is great, and it's like someone is here, divine masculine, and they are very spiritual and emotionally available. And this could be a friend, this could be a lover, I don't care. Spirit really wants you to keep an open mind about this person. This could be a new friend. This could be multiple people, actually, who give off this vibe of being like really spiritually connected and creative in their divine masculine energy. And also comfortable with their divine feminine energy, like, you know, that type of beautiful person. And don't push them away. Spirit is saying don't push away the right people who are good for you. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. See, it's like, I think a part of you is holding out hope for some sort of message or communication or development or new direction. It definitely feels like some very, very, very strong boundaries that you're having here with very little flexibility or wiggle room. And I get why you're at this place now with all the things that transpired. You're fiercely protecting the happiness and peace that is finally being remembered. I get it. You know, I'm not judging, and I'm not even going to give advice, because you know what? If you want to stay in that place, that's fine. If you want to keep your heart open to the right people, which, by the way, there are right people available to you right now, group number 2, that's fine too. You know, anyways, thank you for joining me. Definitely like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. You guys selected the Lapis Lazuli, a beautiful stone. I love using Lapis Lazuli, especially if there's any jealousy around you. So right off the bat, because you selected the stone, I just have a feeling that you may be glowing and successful in July, and you could be getting a lot of attention generally if you want it, you know. So this is a great sign if any of you are in any sort of profession or hobby that you're wanting more visibility in. I am seeing that. Also, you could just generally be having a sort of like glow up moments mentally, which definitely translates physically. Okay. And a lot of eyes are on you. So yeah, let's see. We have pleasure. Beautiful. Okay. Oh my God. I'm getting a lot of energy, so it's going to be hard for me to describe what I'm feeling, but I'm kind of getting this vibe of like being really, really empowered and just flirty and warm and happy. It feels like you are focusing more on the things that you want to do, the things that make you happy, whether that is pleasurable things like vacationing, traveling, entertainment, or if it's like focusing on your work, your goals, your dreams. I guess it really depends on who you are. You know, I'm a Capricorn moon personally, so my pleasure is derived from working. But yeah, you're focused on that, and there's a certain glow about you in July. You've reclaimed a lot of your glow, your magic. And I want to say, if you selected group number 3, you're very special because you're a very magnetic person. Sometimes you may fall out of touch with your magneticism and your magic, especially in seasons of your life where perhaps people pleasing or just like getting caught up in the wrong relationships or whatever. However, when you get yourself out of those draining circumstances, I am telling you guys, you are really strong manifestors. I want to tell you a story actually, because you're reminding me of my one friend. I have this friend who is one of the funniest people on the planet, and they have a really bad habit of getting into like abusive, toxic relationships, right? This is a man, and I've known him for so many years. When he is not in a relationship, he is one of the most charismatic people on the planet. He is hilarious. Everybody loves being around him. He's the center of attention, happily. Like, people love having him at parties, always inviting him out. Like, he is extremely magnetic and just such a light, a beacon. of chaos and beauty. Like, we love him so much. He's just such a staple. And there's so many, all of the best stories in my friend groups involve this particular friend. We're constantly talking about him. That's how magnetic he is when he's single. Okay. Now, because he has a habit of getting into really abusive sort of relationships that drain the crap out of him, and he'll get into these long-term relationships and he'll stop coming around. He is just, you can tell he's just more stressed. He dips out of events really quickly, and just overall afflicted by his partner at the time's jealousies. And so it's like, oh, I can't have fun here because she's going to get mad. It's really toxic. And it's sad because you can literally see the difference, like tangibly, in his ability to manifest things. Because the brief moments that he was single, crazy, beautiful blessings would happen. Like he lost a bunch of weight, got his eyes fixed because he was like blind. He would just do this and that, so many different things, have all these fun travel experiences in those brief glimpses of him being single. And that is because that's who he is naturally. But who he was naturally got drained away from these relationships. And so the reason why I'm explaining this is because in those moments that he was single and truly himself, he manifested massive things in a short amount of time. Okay. And I'm telling you, group number 3, there's something about July where you're getting back in touch with who you are. You may have your own negative repeating pattern where you get caught up in either relationships or situations where you allow your energy to be drained away from you. Okay. July, there's something about it where you are fully magnetic, fully in your power, and manifesting big. Okay. We have the Hound and pair with loyalty. Loyalty. Yes. Staying loyal to your goals and your closest companions who have always been here for you. You're putting more time into that. And they love to see you happy once again and peaceful once again. We have divine timing. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust in your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. So I feel like you've been very patient and loyal to certain goals, dreams, aspirations in your life. And the universe has been adjusting you and putting you through experiences to put you into the perfect vibration for manifesting big, right? Month of July, I'm telling you, with this divine timing message, I feel like this is the month of big manifestation. You've been through so many crazy experiences that perfectly attuned your inner vibration to be the person who can manifest these big, enjoyable, pleasurable things. Supermoon, emotions are running high. Oof. Supermoons, they can happen on full moons or new moons. So it's not necessarily a full moon card, but it does very much amplify the moon's powers, which rules over emotions and our inner worlds. So there could be some strong emotions that you still carry towards certain people, places, or things, situations in your life throughout July. It's not to say that, all of that is behind you. But really mysterious reading. I can't wait for the tarot. We have Shelter with the Big Blues Tem. How can I be of service? How can I be of service? I feel like you are channeling a lot of your energy and magneticism into creating something for the world. Okay, it feels life purposey. So, example, if you're a YouTuber like me, you're reclaiming your magneticism, no longer having a lot of energy drained from a situation, and you may be really channeling that freed up energy into being of great, beautiful service to the world. And that may be what is being reflected back to you. Success from that. So let's see. Let's pull some tarot and see more specifically what's going to happen for you in July. Okay. So you have Justice in reverse. So heading into July, I feel like there was a really big imbalance of things, just karmically. This could have been relationships that you were putting so much into, you were giving so much into. And it's like the phrase, "it's such a sin," just popped into my mind. People say that, at least where I'm from. When something just works out in a way that it's like, this could have been prevented, it didn't have to be this bad, but it is. Bad choices are made, things happen. It just feels like it's destructive for no reason. And you may have been coming from something where it's like, this isn't fair. What's happening here is not fair. And that sucks, like this could have played out so much differently, so much better. So this is like August's energy and the previous month's energy. It feels like something wasn't fair, something wasn't right. Someone, whether it's you or someone else, gave it your all and it still didn't work out. Okay. And that imbalance may have really, like, you may have been victimized. You may have been victimized by this imbalance, and it's like, month of July, you're just going back to yourself. And the emotions may still be high with that situation, is what I'm saying here. Like, I'm not saying you're magically going to get over what happened. You could still be doing a lot of processing around that. But yeah, it's like, whatever happened, it was so clearly unfair that it kind of did give you clarity that you needed and closure that you need. And that clarity and closure allows you to return home to yourself, okay? We have the Eight of Wands. Yes, this is like the perfect card to describe the feeling and the energy that I am really picking up for you. And that is all of your dreams and goals that you planted seeds for long ago, that you've been very loyal to. I'm telling you, group number 3, they're really going to take off simultaneously. Like, the momentum in your life is about to really speed up. And, like, this is what I'm saying. I'm getting this story here of, like, you were done dirty. Someone did you dirty. Something did you dirty. Or, like, taken for granted, whatever. And you know what? It's the funniest thing. I've noticed this, right? Like, when I was, like, broke, extremely broke, for, like, the first few years of my business, guys, I made like literally maybe $5,000 a year. I'm not even exaggerating. Like nothing. That was one of the most stressful, long seasons of my life that lasted many years, living in extreme poverty. And during that time, it felt like I got no help from anyone or anything, And the funny thing is, it's like once I started to become a little bit more successful and self-sufficient, that is when suddenly, like, all of these people want to hit me up and be friends and like, oh, I have this cool idea, and like, oh, I want to send you this free stuff, or let me take you out to dinner. And it's like, where was all this help and energy when I actually needed it? Why is it coming in? And it's funny because it's like, the richer you are, the more successful you are, the more free stuff and the more like your wealth compounds. Isn't that crazy? Isn't capitalism crazy? But it's not just capitalism. It's like, that's kind of how energy flows in like all areas of life. It's like when, for example, when you become more muscular after years of like working hard at the gym, your body literally just burns more calories, and it's just easier to live. And it becomes easier to not put on fat, And it's like, well, why couldn't it just be easy when I actually needed to lose fat? Now it's becoming like, after many, many years of weightlifting, I have a hard time eating enough calories. I went from struggling eating too many calories to I can barely keep them on and in my body. It's just, life tends to be very upwards or downwards cycle, right? And where was I going with this? I feel like you're on an upward cycle if you're watching this, and you're coming out of a season of your life where you were perhaps victimized in some way, taken for granted, like done dirty by the universe, by someone, okay? divine timing, you had to break free from that. You had to stay loyal to yourself, your goals, whatever. And what I'm seeing here is a story very rapidly unfolding. Like, this all takes place within weeks and months, where you're going from that to massively successful and thriving, all of your goals taking off, your energy just overall feeling more glowy and magnetic. Again, it's that return to your magic that we explained. This may cause some jealousy in the people who did wrong by you. I'm just letting you know now. High Priestess in reverse. Hidden information, things not being revealed. Let's see what's next to this. 9 of Cups. Wow. Yeah, see, you're focused entirely on your own individual happiness right now. This isn't the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is, I have longevity and I'm super happy in my community and relationship. 9 of Cups is, I'm happy by myself. But ironically, in this deck, it shows a couple, which isn't the norm. So what I'm seeing here is someone maybe trying, I don't know why, I'm getting somebody maybe hiding their feelings towards you or their jealousy towards you, because they're seeing you in your magneticism, in your magic, thriving, glowing, etc., etc., creating this community, this happiness, this life outside of them that they may have wanted to be a part of, but treated you super dirty. I don't know where I'm going with this. Listen to your intuition, though. That's a really big, important message. Now, I need to see the cards around this. This High Priestess in reverse is very mysterious. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is karma. Oh, wow, actually. Justice in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, right next to each other. Ooh. Karma is going to hit someone like a ton of bricks in July. Oh my God. Whoever did something really dirty, did you really dirty, whatever, it's going to be very loud. Karma is going to be very loud in July and immediate. And, it's kind of like, let's just say this is a romantic relationship. People on social media say this all the time. It's like, you can tell who the problem was in the relationship based off of who has the glow up after the breakup versus who's suffering, And, this effect is really doubly, triply, quadruply amplified when the person who was done wrong by is a good person who is of service to the world. Like, if you're a healer, a hard worker, somebody with high integrity, especially if you're spiritually connected, I'm telling you, it hits different. Okay, that karma will hit different. And Wheel of Fortune in reverse shows the wheel of life keeps turning, and your enemies will suffer. Group number 3. The people who did you dirty, they are going to see now immediately, very clearly, oh no, I did something wrong. I did something wrong here. I messed up. Big time, big time, big time. I'll give you an example of this, okay? Like, this is how crazy the energy is. It's like, let's just say you were broke, very broke. And you're dating someone and they're like, oh, I just can't date you because you don't have money. All right, fine, break up with me, whatever. You break up. And it's like the week after you break up, you suddenly, boom, start making like over 6 figures. And like, you're flaunting it. You don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's the sort of energy movement that I'm feeling. Now, that's an example. It'll look different for all of you, but it's like big success, big wins coming in for you. Now, for some of you guys watching, if you're the one who did dirty, you're just gonna have to move through this and being jealous and whatever. Although I feel like almost all of you, you're the one that was done dirty, victimized in some way. And karma is meeting people who did wrong by you, okay, while you're succeeding. Your good karma, the wheel of karma goes around, okay? If you put in a lot of your life force energy to something that did you wrong, it's all coming back, okay, in a good way for you. The World, yes, a chapter is over. something has completed. Your hard work that you've put in years and years and years, it's all coming full circle here. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. I don't want to get myself involved in other people's drama. No way, Jose. My heart is closed. I'm right underneath that High Priestess here. Two of Swords reverse. You're not even... I don't think second chances are going to be given by you, if I'm being honest. We have the Ace of Cups. Wow. And we have the Five of Coins in reverse. Wow. So new love, new creative projects, new friendships, and emotional, beautiful opportunities coming in. There's going to be multiple. There's just blessings generally, abundantly entering into your life right now. And yeah, it feels really good. I mean, like, you're creating your own 10 of Cups moment, because we have the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Cups together. That's the 10, right? Complete and utter emotional fulfillment. And you're doing it sort of on your own. I just got a message. Someone here watching, it's like, now this is really specific. This will only resonate with one person. You may be single and getting some sort of fertility treatment, like as a single person, or adopting as a single person. And it's like, you know, you're creating your own happiness. You're creating your own story here. You're not waiting anymore. So that's blessed. If that is you, that is blessed. Or anything. It's like, you know, like you're coming out of a really tough cycle. Something really painful and wrong, like literally just wrong, may have happened to you already. Not predicting this. This already happened if you're watching this. And you know, it's like going into July, it's like, you know what? I'm going to get a puppy. I'm going to become a dog person now. Or I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to just glow up. And like I said, you're in your magic, you're in your manifestation energy, and it feels so beautiful. And it's all happening. Like you're on your winning streak in life. Because the wheel of karma is turning tremendously in July, and you're getting paid from the universe for all of the things that you put up with in the past, essentially. And the people who did a lot of taking from you without giving back, they're also having karma turn rapidly, and they will be realizing their wrongdoings. Now, the only thing I'm confused about in this reading is this High Priestess in reverse. There is an element that's very mysterious this month that I don't think you'll foresee coming. Like, this is something where it's like there's going to be some developments that are very unexpected. So is there any clarity on this High Priestess in reverse? And even this Two of Swords in reverse is just giving mysterious energy. 8 of Cups. Your intuition is guiding you to create your 10 of Cups moment, to walk away from anything that is less than desirable. Page of Cups in reverse. Okay, this could have to do with relationships and emotions. So I'm wondering if someone may try coming back that has hurt you as a result of them realizing that they hurt you. And you may be really closed off to that because they're coming back. Yeah, 9 of Swords in reverse, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be emotional about it. Okay, you may have very strong emotions, and so you may be meeting this person with a lot of coldness. And or this could even be somebody who did not follow their intuition. They did not listen to the signs, and they chose something stupid. They chose to hurt you instead. And this may be you sort of like protecting your heart from that version of them, walking away. And it's going to be emotional for sure. You know, if somebody isn't listening to their intuition. Emperor in reverse. Yeah, this is kind of like toxic masculinity. Not doing what their heart and intuition was guiding them to do. This could be you as well. There could have been something in life where you weren't listening to your intuition, you weren't listening to your heart, you're just listening to what you think you should be doing, how you think you should be reacting to this. Remain open, okay? If I were you, group number 3, I would do some deep meditation this month, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is down below. I do offer a month ahead reading there, actually, if you want a personal month ahead reading. And other readings as well. Basically, you can ask whatever questions, whatever's going on in your life. I also offer my Shamanic Life Transformation Coaching sessions there, which are hour-long video weekly readings for 3 months. You also get daily email correspondence with that, and 10 digital shamanic tools, all designed to help transform your life within 3 months. Okay, thank you guys. Bye-bye.